Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a good weekend. And in this video, guys, I want to talk to you about what's next for Ethereum mining. As the difficulty is approaching 800, I know quite a few of you are obviously starting to be skeptical about the mining and obviously getting a bit concerned because you're seeing your payments are getting slightly less than normal. Before we get into the actual video, as I've always said in any of my videos, and if you've been following me for a while, you know very well, cryptocurrency, guys, is not something you're going to become rich overnight, especially if you invest a small amount of money. But even if you invest a lot of money, with mining, you can't get your money back the next day or within a week or within 2 weeks. It takes time. Uh, in most cases, probably we're looking at a few months. And that doesn't matter, is it with a mining rig, or is it with Genesis Mining, or is it with any other cloud mining company. The difficulty and the price of a coin, or in this case Ethereum, affects everybody. If you're mining with mining rig, it affects you. If you're mining with Genesis Mining, it affects you. If you're mining with another cloud mining company, it affects you. Uh, Especially for people who are just starting up. They obviously don't understand how the difficulty works, the whole process. The only thing they're looking at the payments, and they feel like, oh, hold on, what happened? Yesterday I got X amount of coin, today I'm getting less, tomorrow I'm getting slightly less. But any investment in life takes time. You go and ask anybody who opened any sort of a business, this is why they do a business plan and things like that, and they predict maybe it's going to take me a year to break even, maybe it's going to take me 2 years to break even, some cases maybe even more. But that's just how business works. Same thing when you invest in mining, guys. However, with mining, definitely the returns are much quicker than a typical business, because we're looking at an investment of about 3, 4, 5 months, and you will get your money back. So for instance, if you are with Genesis Mining and you sign up on an Ethereum contract, and you get your money back within 4 or 5 months, and after that pure profit for yourself, that is, for me personally, it's a good business. Of course, you can't expect to invest $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000, and by the end of the 2 years to be very, very rich, right? This is, we all want to happen, but it is likely that we will make some money. However, we don't know how much, and of course we got to be able to take the risk, uh, possibly holding the coins, which obviously will eventually increase in price, and therefore we will get more monies in return. But if you're really looking into something where you're going to invest a day and possibly look after 2 weeks or 3 weeks and think that you're going to get your money back and you're going to be already in profit, or even a month, I'll advise you right here that this is not for you, guys. This is not a scheme where you get rich quick. If you're looking for such a scheme, there's plenty of websites on the internet that promise you within 50-90 days to give your money back and double your bitcoins and things like that. Yeah, you can go and give it a try, but a hint from me, you're not going to see any money back. That is the reality, guys. We don't become rich just like that overnight because of cryptocurrency and there's a boom in it. Another thing obviously I want to talk about as well is definitely the difficulty, because again, especially new people, they seems to don't understand that. What happened, guys, with the difficulties is simple. More and more people are joining in to mine Ethereum, or in fact any other coin. If you're following YouTube articles, the market and all this, you can clearly see that there's a boom currently on the mining. And for instance, I give you an example. Today we're mining Ethereum. Difficulty is rising because it's a million people of us, right? If tomorrow a new coin comes along, right, and we decide to switch, if only 100 people switch for the first 1 year from Ethereum to the new coin, and only 100 people switch, then that coin difficulty will rise, but very, very slowly, because very little people are mining it. However, if suddenly 500,000 people from Ethereum switch to mine this coin, you're going to see a drastic increase of the difficulty, and this will rapidly increase, because when you have a lot of people doing something, you're then going to have a lot of people following in, And this is what happening as well, what we're seeing right now. A lot of people have been mining for a while, but now obviously there's plenty of money to be made. Definitely huge profits. They are not guaranteed, that's for sure. You always have to do your own calculation, your own checks, be happy with your investment. You know, there is risks involved. Again, it doesn't matter how you do it, through cloud mining, through mining rigs, there's always risks involved. So what we're seeing now is that, you know, with Ethereum, is that a lot of people are seeing, oh, there's profits to be made. Look, with X amount of money, I'm going to make this amount of money. And of course, you're going to have big interest, a lot of people, you know, coming in, and that will affect the difficulty. However, this also have a good impact on the price, because when there's something obviously in demand, price rises. And we can see that with the price of Ethereum, $381 is aiming again to reach the 400 mark, and my prediction $500 by the end of the year. Other people predicting 1,000. You know, I'm a bit more conservative. I'd say 500. It's a good price, and then we see where it goes from there. But that's you know, still very good price, and still will generate good profits for me and everybody else who is mining it. You have to remember, guys, when you're investing, you know, and this is a bit of a talk I want to give you, and then I'll show you some numbers. You have to remember you are investing your own money, and you have to do your own research. Despite the fact that I'm trying to give you as best content as possible, to give you the most biased, obviously, review, and you know, the way I look at things, because I'm not, obviously, I have my mining rigs, I have the cloud mining with Genesis Mining, and I can see they both pretty much generating the same exact thing. But with Genesis Mining, I have nothing to do. I don't do absolutely nothing with the mining rigs. I'm almost constantly, you know, checking up, are they okay? And sadly, a lot of times they are not. You know, the card, you know, drops, the whole rig drops, something happened. You know, there's so many variables that affects my earnings. And you know, the only obviously difference is the one with the mining rig, you're gonna have it after 2 years if it's all good. And with the Genesis Mining, if it's a 2-year contract, so obviously after 2 years, you know, the contract has ended, and you may want to obviously, you know, buy a new one or whatever. It's up to you. But the profits are exactly the same. And I honestly don't understand people why they constantly saying, you know, about Genesis Mining, oh, the profits are not good and all this. Well, why don't you go and do the math yourself? Why don't you get yourself a mining rig and a Genesis Mining or another cloud mining? Compare and let's talk about it. Are they really not the same? If you have the exact mega hashes, one costs a bit more. Genesis Mining will cost you more to buy, and you would not have obviously after 2 years a mining rig. But when you go and build yourself, especially now with the shortage and all this, if you go and build yourself a mining rig, you're probably looking to, you know, a very close investment matching Genesis Mining, because you know, a lot of people now buying the GTX cards, which are much more expensive, producing less hash power. And if you calculate, and with the fact that you're going to pay electricity for the next 2 years, probably Genesis Mining will actually be, in terms of how much you're going to invest in, less. But of course, maybe with the mining rig, you will get a bit more money back from it. And of course, you will have a mining rig after 2 years. But nevertheless, to me personally, and this is my opinion, you can clearly see I'm doing it, both are very profitable. I am constantly upgrading my Genesis Mining account. I do believe into Ethereum. I do believe the future of it. And of course, if I want to, I can go and invest in Bitcoin, and I can invest in Monero, although Monero is definitely not a choice for me, at least not for now. But there are options, and once Litecoin comes back, Dash comes back, I obviously review, see how things are going. This is a business, guys. You gotta treat it as a business. You gotta be able to, you know, withstand the, you know, the bad times, and then hopefully wait for the good times and profit out of it. I do get a lot of messages from people who are kind of like, oh, I've started mining and I'm seeing my you know, my profits reducing each and every day, and I keep saying, this is because of difficulty. It has nothing to do with Genesis Mining. You know what? If you ask Genesis Mining, what would they like to happen? They will tell you, we would like every single person out there who has mining rigs not to be able to mine anymore. So we can be the only one, so we can be selling more contracts, people to be a lot happier than, let's say, they are right now, and we will all be making lots of money, because of course Genesis Mining are making money out of us, but at the same time we are also making money. So I'm obviously seeing videos, and I'm sure a lot of people probably don't watch these things because maybe they're not so deep into it. I see people building rigs every single day, and in fact, if you search on the YouTube, you see videos with GPU, rig with 9 GPUs, 10 GPUs, 12 GPUs, and the motherboards coming up with 12 GPUs, 13 GPUs that you can, and this, of course, has a huge impact in the difficulty. And it doesn't matter what you invest in. Today is Ethereum. If tomorrow the next big coin comes up, whatever, it could be Ethereum Classic, could be something else, and every single person switches to it, because let's say we no longer can mine Ethereum, and everybody switches to mine Ethereum Classic or Monero or whatever else, you would see the same effect. And finally, guys, so I don't make this too long, what you have to remember as well is that you can't, and this is definitely, for the people who are just thinking of starting now, or people who've recently started, we can't, or you can't expect to make the same amount of money as someone who's been mining for the last 2 years. We're kind of coming at the end of the boat, because I haven't been doing this for a while, for long as well. But I came in, I've been doing it now for, going towards 3 months. I've seen, I'm making some money. Obviously, I'm smart with my investment. I'm always looking the calculation. If needed, I switch the allocations in my Genesis mining. If needed, maybe I switch my mining rigs. But that's what you have to do. You gotta do your homework. You gotta follow the market. You gotta see what's happening. But I also know, because I'm smart enough to know that I can expect, coming in 3 months ago, to make the same amount of coins that someone who's been mining for the last, let's say, 1 year or 2 years. Of course, they're going to beat me on that. And of course, they have a much bigger portfolio than me. But then again, that doesn't mean that I can't make money out of it. You have to understand this very clearly. I know you want to join in and build yourself a mining rig, and suddenly to have hundreds, if not thousands of Ethereum coins in your wallet. Well, guess what? It's not going to happen. I'm not going to have them either, unless I go and buy them, or I do some trading and I get lucky, and obviously I can trade something and I hit it big, then maybe I will. But with mining, I'm not going to see hundreds of coins in my wallet. I'm not going to even see thousands of, I'm not going to see lots and lots of coins, Ethereum coins specifically. But I will be able to make profits out of my contracts and out of my mining rigs. And if this post does happen, because this is another big talk, post coming, this is coming, even if it happens, guys, GPUs are very powerful machines which we can switch to mine something else. And just like with the mining rig, Genesis Mining will switch these contracts to mine something else, so we can continue to make profits. I don't think Genesis Mining are here to obviously make only money for themselves, because if that was the case, they wouldn't have hundreds of thousands of customers, and if they go do something wrong, and although they have us now, they're not going to have any more new customers, and that's not going to benefit them. They are definitely out there to make money for themselves first, but at the same time to produce a service for us so we can make money as well. And that's my take on it. Of course, I don't expect everyone to agree with me, but that's why I always say, do your own calculation, do your own checks, do your own research. If you're happy with it, go and invest. You can go and invest in Bitcoin mining, in Monero mining, in a different cloud mining company, in a mining rig, whatever you want to do, guys. Just be sure that when you're doing it, you're happy with it, and you understand what, obviously, what will be happening with every, single week that pass by, every month pass by, that it is likely, if this coin that you are mining, it's very profitable, more and more people will be joining in, and the difficulty will be rising. Well, thank you guys for listening to me. I do hope this video does come very useful to you, this talk. I think it's very important to say it, because I know a lot of people want to join in, but they clearly don't understand, or a lot of people have joined in the last week, 2 weeks or whatever, and they still don't understand how things work. And when they message me or email me, I got the feeling that a lot of the people really don't understand how things work, and they told that they're gonna become rich very quickly, or they told that you know, I bought this contract, and you know, I should be getting the same amount of payments every day. That's not how it works, guy. You know, if you have a shop and you're selling food or whatever, if in your shop today walk in you know, 100 customers, you're gonna make X amount of money. But tomorrow, if only 50 people walk into your shop, you probably will make a less amount of money. This is the same thing, guys, pretty much. You have more and more people joining in, but this obviously worked in a way the opposite way, because as more and more people joining in, obviously the difficulty decreases, but because of the interest into this coin, hopefully the prices increases. And as we can see, Ethereum prices have really skyrocketed. Go back you know, and look at the charts, and you'd see not long ago Ethereum was, you know, was about $30–40. Look at it now, it's crazy. And that's all I can say, guys. If you want, you can go and check my other videos, have a look around, check other people's videos, and yeah, let's just be happy with what you're doing, guys. But remember, we're not gonna become rich very quick. We will make profits depending of how much we're willing to invest, depending on how much we're willing to risk and wait for the price to jump. And of course, we're not gonna be able to mine and get ourselves the same amount of coins. Again, as I said, I've seen people who have 5,000 Ethereum coins, 10,000 Ethereum coins. Maybe these people who have a lot of money, or maybe this is people who've been doing this for a very long time. And I can't obviously say, oh, look at this, you know, I wish if I can have that. I know I can't have that, especially with mining. It's not gonna happen, but I may look for another coin, switch to another coin, and maybe I can be lucky enough and generate myself 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins, 5,000 coins, which can eventually, if the same thing happen and the price really jumps in, because normally when you are mining something that is cheap, you do mine a lot of it with the risks that you're taking, that hopefully eventually the price will get higher and higher. But let me tell you guys, there's a lot of coins in the market, right? There's a lot of coins. Not every single coin will reach to this level, guys. Not every single one will. So obviously that is also a risk, and having a lot of coins, not always, it doesn't always means that you know, you and I are gonna make a lot of money. So for now, I am definitely still backing up Ethereum. Obviously looking at Ethereum Classic, Litecoin is definitely a good option. If you do have a Bitcoin contract, you can swap your allocation. You're not gonna get you know, to mine directly Litecoin, but you can get your Bitcoin payments into Litecoin. So instead of because obviously Bitcoin fee is so high, so you can change it and get yourself Litecoins, because as you can see, Litecoin is doing very well. So yeah, guys, this is what I can share with you. Now let's quickly look at some calculations, so I'll show you something. Now first of all, let's look at the chart, guys, because again, as I said, the Ethereum chart is definitely blowing out. It is going towards the 800. Definitely, you know, it's rising, but as I said, guys, there's a big interest behind Ethereum. Go and check, read about it, and you would see it's a massive, you know, the market currently, the people are getting behind it. Almost every single rig or contract that is bought currently, it is to mine Ethereum. It is crazy how big that is. You know, if you're new, you pretty much can't imagine it, but I tell you, it's huge. So this is what drives this difficulty to be rising, because of course everyone wants to mine this due to the fact that the price of Ethereum is crazy high, and there's a lot of money to be made. But if we go and look at Monero difficulty, you can pretty much see the same thing. Despite though Monero does drops a bit, then jumps and drops, and you know, but more or less it also slowly rises up, because more and more people will start mining Monero. As obviously Ethereum is difficulty is getting higher and higher, people will be looking at something else. Same thing with Bitcoin, guys. It doesn't jump every day, but you can clearly see that Bitcoin also make every few days a big increase in its difficulty, and that's again normal. A lot of people are also mining Bitcoin these days, and this is what we're seeing. If you are the first one and find yourself a coin that maybe only few people are doing it, I can guarantee you, you're gonna get yourself lots of coins. But would this coin hit it big? It is a risk that, you know, no one can really tell you. If people knew it, you know, a lot of people would already be doing it. And if you see that not too many are doing it, that means not a lot of people yet think that it will hit big. Why, if we look at Ethereum, as we're obviously talking a lot about Ethereum, Why? Look at it here. Look at the difficulty right here, you know, and look now why it's zooming, because every single day more and more and more people are coming in. Let me see if this will show us. Look at the difficulty here, guys, right? It was in fact, this is just this year. You know, if we go back further, you would see difficulty of Ethereum was so low when the price was only like $30 and $40. And then as soon as it started jumping, you saw huge, like, you know, influx of people coming in and in and in. And you can't blame that. Everybody wants to make money. So this is with the difficulty, guys. This is my take on it as well. Again, do your own checks and, you know, and make sure you do your own calculation. When you invest into something and you put in your own money, you have to be the one definitely doing the homework before you doing so. Now, of course, watching this video, it hopefully will help you out and, you know, give you some guidance. But then again, I suggest you do the calculation, and before you obviously invest in it, feel good about it. Now, let's look at also the contracts with Genesis Mining, so I can show you still why I'm backing up Ethereum, and still why I believe that despite the difficulty rise, Ethereum in general currently is still the most profitable option to go for. Now, I always like to go for the 100 mega hashes just so it's a good number, $2,800. If you do use my 3% discount code, 2,716. Same thing if you go for the Bitcoin, you buy 20 terahash, 2,600, and then 1.5 terahashes for 225. And for Monero, you go for the 3,000 hashes, 2,400, and for another 500 hash, $416. I put all the numbers in. Here they are. 21,500 hashes for Bitcoin. I've taken all the power and cost and all this and the fees. I will calculate in a moment for you so I can show you. Here is the investment after using a 3% discount code, $2,740. Monero, here they are, 2-year contract. Bitcoin, by the way, if you're new to it, it's an open-end contract, which means as long as it's profitable, it will continue. Monero, here it is, $2,730 for 3,500 hashes. And finally, Ethereum, 100 mega hashes, 2,716, again, 2-year contract, no power cost. Now, with the Bitcoin contract, there's a maintenance fee, and the maintenance fee is 0.00028 per gigahashes per day. So we're going to use this into the calculation. So let's hit calculate, guys, and quickly look at those numbers. Now, 138 days to break even, but that would not be the case because obviously that doesn't take into consideration the maintenance fee. So let's look at the dollars. Daily, 19.73. However, we need to pull up the calculator and calculate the maintenance fee, which we said was so 21,500 gigahashes times 0.00028. It's $6 a day. It's maintenance fee. So minus $19.73. You can see that you actually will be earning per day $13.71, and if we times this by weekly, so by 7, you will be earning $95.97 per week. You can obviously do the rest for the month and the year yourself. Now moving on to the Monero, hit the calculate. I can tell you immediately it will be much bigger. So here it is, 225 days. Again, on a 2-year contract, there is money to be made in there. Not a lot of people are mining currently Monero. So maybe, but definitely not for me, guys, you know. So daily, 12.11, sorry, weekly, 84.76. What did we say was the Bitcoin? So we can clearly see the Bitcoin it's definitely a better option than the Monero. Monthly 363 despite the maintenance fee. Annually 4,419. A 2-year contract, still good money to be made. And finally Ethereum, guys, which is obviously the one I'm personally backing up for the moment. So 132 days to break even, has slightly increased obviously because of the difficulty. Price, if it jumps to 400, this will be much less. But let's look at the dollars, guys. So daily $20.52, so much bigger than the other two. Weekly $143, monthly $650, and annually $7,500, guys, with today price and today difficulty. Remember, a lot of people seems to email me, message me and say, but you didn't talk about the difficulty. I always talk about the difficulty. I'm probably the one and only channel that you're going to hear someone talking so much about the difficulty and giving you so much information in regards to the fact that this is not 100% guarantee what we're looking at here, but there's definitely money to be made. This has been backed up by millions of people, and there's a reason why, because everyone has seen that there's money to be made, and it all depends really what will happen, but there's definitely money to be made. Don't want to get into that. I've already talked quite a lot about it. So 7,500 with the day price. Yes, the difficulty will continue increasing, but if the price increases, this could actually be more. I've made a video about this. Don't remember the name. I have to look at it, where I've actually shown you that actually mining Ethereum this year is much better than, let's say, the month before or the year before and so on, due to the price increase. And if Ethereum, guys, does hit really some predictions of $1,000 and you do keep your Ethereum, then you can do your calculation. Don't do the calculation if you just sign in and a week later or 2 weeks later, oh, this is not profitable, I can't believe it, this was a mistake and all this. This is a 2-year contract. It's not a 1 month contract, it's not 2 weeks contract, it's not 2 months, not 3 months, it's a 2-year contract. You know, you want to look at it, what is your calculation after 2 years, right? Not after 2 weeks or one month. That's how I'm going to look at it, after 2 years or maybe even after 3 years, because I know I'm signing in a contract that it's going to take 2 years. I'm not signing contract for a week or 2 weeks or a month. So here it is, guys. Despite the difficulty rise, despite close to 800 hitting, it is still more profitable for go to Ethereum. Now, of course, feel free to mine any coin you like. Go for any contract that you want, or if you're building a mining rig, go for anything you're mining. But remember what I've just talked to you guys. It is very, very important. And the most important thing, of course, is to remember that you gotta treat this like a business, which, like any other business, takes time to get your money back, takes time to make profits, and depending of how you play your cards, as they say, your profits could be very big, or your profits may not be so big, especially if you are obviously mining and immediately selling. You may not obviously, you may not benefit from the fact that the price is rising of Ethereum, for instance. Right, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you have any comments, any feedback, anything really, just feel free to email or comment down below so we can all learn from each other. But please, I do hope you did came to the end of the video, so you hear and saw everything, not just the first 2-3 minutes and then started to email or message and saying this is not profitable and it's not worth it and all this. I am talking both, guys. Here are my mining rigs if people don't believe, and you can clearly see, guys, it's taking so long to, I'm aiming for the 0.3 Ethereum, and I've been mining for a day now with 500 mega hashes mining a day, and I can't get a 0.3. But I know that that's just the reality. I'm not, and I pay a lot of electricity on those 3 rigs just to get to this 0.3. And because that's how I've set it up, and as soon as I get 0.3, I send it to my wallet and then start all over again. You can see its effective hash rate is also jumping up and down, and it is not that easy, but it is profitable. It's not overnight thing. Look at it, more than 24 hours, almost 24 hours. It hasn't been yet 24 hours, but I still got a way to go until I reach this 0.3. And you can clearly see I'm giving both examples, guys. So I'm not aiming and trying to obviously convince you that Genesis mining is the right way to go or mining rig is the right way to go. Both, in my eyes, are profitable, but they both, as you can see, take time to to make us profits. And I am holding my Ethereum long run, taking the risk. Hopefully we'll reach 500, hopefully we'll reach 1,000, and then when I cash out, for instance, I can definitely look at it and say, look, it was definitely very, very profitable. For now, it is profitable because I can cash out and make good profits out of it. But of course, I want to take the risk and make my profits, probably double them up, triple. We see how things go. But this is the reality, guys. It's not all, fantastic having the mining rig and blaming Genesis mining that, for instance, the payments is slightly reducing. Same thing is happening with the mining rig. Anybody, talk to anybody who's real like myself, and is going to tell you just like it is. They will tell you the exact same thing. Thank you for watching, guys. If you do enjoy it, feel free to subscribe and share. And if you do decide to go with the Genesis mining or you upgrade your hash power, it doesn't matter what contract, feel free to use my 3% discount code. You can find in the description and the comment section. Thank you for the support. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.